So Candace Owens wins the world's most viral person. Let's talk about it. All right, y'all. So I know I'm a week late on this. Candace Owens went live about the Trump tweet and how she is the world's most viral, vile human, right? And there's a couple of parts that I wanted to go. So I figured that if I was going to watch it, I would watch it and react to it with you guys. I did jump a few spaces ahead just to get to the portion that I wanted to see. So I'm going to watch this live with you guys. I will react live with you guys. And don't forget to leave some comments and let me know what you think along the way.
Okay. Who cares what you look like? Okay. You have low moments, you get through them. And I will say that never, when I went through that, and to people who are sick and going through things, never could I have imagined that my lowest moment would one day become President Trump's lowest moment. I do feel like to Trump, he's just repeatedly humiliating himself over and over again. And he can continue to do that in front of the world.
He's looking.
I will say real power never has to name itself. I am MAGA. I built MAGA. I am loved 100% by the people. Just look at these polls. It's like, come on, old boy. Who are you fooling? You weren't even worth replying to until I could make time for it. You weren't even worth interrupting my holiday in Italy to address. Okay. And let's now address the words on the cover of the magazine, which to a lot of people sounded oddly racist, honestly. This particular portion accusing me of using rich white men. Candace Owens lies, and uses rich white men. Okay, I'll bump this to you, White House. Please, reporter, ask him, which rich white man have I used in my life? I'd love to know that because it's such an odd thing to say. All of my exes were poorer than me, with the exception of one. When my husband and I got married, thanks to strict immigration laws, we were entirely supported by my income because he was not allowed to work until they got a green card, and COVID dramatically slowed down the green card process. So during the first almost 2 years of our engagement through to our marriage, we had one income in our household. I had no debts when I met him. I had $1 million book deal when I met him. I think we moved 800,000 copies of my first book. So I had a lot going on for me. I think at least we could say it's more than Trump can say regarding his 3 wives. So my question to Trump would be, would you describe Melania as using rich white men?
Oh, touche.
What about Laura Trump?
Touche.
Does that expression apply if the person getting married to a white person is black? Is it like literally because I'm black and I'm marrying someone, even if I have my own money? I think that's kind of what you were getting at. You meant to imply that George's family has generational wealth, as in his parents are richer than my parents. Yes, you are correct. Served. Oh my gosh, I got served. Is that supposed to be publicly humiliating to me? Yes, my mother did not even graduate high school. My father was a plumber for most of his life. We have no wealth that I could speak of. I will not be inheriting anything from my family. Well done. Congratulations. There are many people out there that can relate. Who cares? This is the game of politics. You think that like this is what's going to bring me to my knees?
Dirty. Politics
that
is
I
dirty,
don't come from a wealthy family.
We're not surprised.
And I want people to know that the real driver of the entire random attack on me from the president, and the reason why it was tinged a little there with some race, was actually his top advisor, Laura Loomer. I am told specifically that she was ranting to
not
people.
Laura Loomer.
Because this is when she was deep in the throes of her psychosis about how she wasn't invited to the White House Correspondents' Dinner, which she was already upset about. And because she was out there throwing everything, which we'll get to later, making up rumors about me and my family, she demanded a tweet of support from Trump. In fact,
so dirty.
That is what does explain the hint of racism behind the tweet. She is truly manic. And leading up to Trump's tweet, she had been particularly focusing on my race. And I will just let you hear the things that she was saying before Trump dropped the uses rich white men section. Take a listen.
I just remember her always talking about how she wanted to be like like a suburban wife. Like she wanted to drive like a black Escalade. She used to talk about how Club Monaco was her favorite store. And she always just wanted to have like a white husband and be like, you know, married to like a established white man. And she used to tell me like, oh, I don't date black men. And she's like, in fact, when I was in high school, I was known as the girl that would like go to the club and basically steal your man. Like that's how she literally used to talk. And she would say, there was something just like really satisfying to me about being a black girl from the hood, being able to like walk into a ritzy bar in Greenwich and leave with the hottest white guy there and basically like ruin the relationship of like the popular white girl. This is how she used to speak. And for some reason, there's a lot of people that are really afraid of this nappy-headed black bitch who just has a lot to say, but not really a lot to offer. So I'm not afraid of Candace Owens. Candace Owens is just one resentful ghetto black bitch. Like that's literally what she is. She's a racist too. Like you could listen to this, and I'm not a racist person, right? Like I don't hate black people, but I say she's a ghetto black bitch because you have to listen to the way that she has so much resentment for white girls, like white girls with blonde hair and blue eyes. And you know, I'm originally a blonde too. I have blonde hair and blue eyes, right? Maybe that's why Candace has so much resentment towards me, but listen to the way that she describes how traumatizing it was for her to go on a play date as a young black girl in Connecticut at the home of a wealthy white blonde girl with blue eyes. And she really sees Erika Kirk as that white blonde girl that got everything that she wanted while her mommy and daddy didn't love her. Mommy and daddy didn't love me. And I was jealous of the white blonde girl growing up who had mommy and daddy. So now I'm going to dedicate my life to destroying every pretty white blonde girl that has a happy family because I don't have a happy family.
What?
Yeah, a lot to unpack there. Not
all right. Wait, hold on. But Candace is the racist, right? Candace Owens is the, you know, she said what she said, and I'm not racist. And you're going to put to Candace that Candace is, y'all, did she just say that? This, y'all, politics is dirty. We've always known it's dirty, but this is getting absolutely freaking wild. Like that comment, first of all, I'm not a fan of Laura Loomer because, right? That, y'all, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say, but that's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. And how anybody can listen to what that woman just said and think that's all okay is absolutely wild. Wild. But yet, Candace Owens is the most vile human. I don't even know. I don't even know. The fact that, I can't. And listen, don't even get me on Erika Kirk. We'll talk about that one later. But y'all, when I saw this, I was seeing little clips over on TikTok and everywhere about this, and it irked my nerve. It was freaking wild. The fact that all of this is being brought up, Trump is behind it, and this is the leader of the free world. Are we all okay? Y'all okay? What? This is acceptable, y'all. I don't even know what to say. Let me just continue.
That she is on the brink of needing to be committed again. But
yes,
the point in all of these lies, I met someone who goes to the club who's going to the club in high school. I've never in my life actually been out in Greenwich, Connecticut. Nobody had that kind of money, obviously, as you just mentioned, following that. But this entire thing, you have to recognize what to pull away from this is that she was going on an unhinged racist rant, and then she was able to make a demand that the president of the United States issue a truth social supporting her mania. And it was a demand, I want to be clear, that I am told specifically that Susie Wiles was staunchly opposed to. Credit to Susie Wiles. That she came up against that and said, this is a very bad idea. And yet Trump's team overall conceded. The question is why? That's a very important question. Why did Donald Trump concede to a lunatic? There has been, of course, a very long-standing rumor that it's because she has blackmail on him, a rumor that I'm reticent to believe, right? Because it's Laura Loomer.
I believe it.
But
you believe it, I believe it.
Has something to do with her having relations, that she went on to Air Force One years ago, as we all knew, and then began telling people that she had relations with Donald Trump. Again, it's Laura Loomer. So don't just take it with a grain of salt, take it with a grain of crack cocaine. Okay.
There's that.
But
There's that.
The point is, we are now able to demonstrate that she's able to force the administration's hand. Okay. So do I believe what she is going to allege, whatever they're afraid of? Probably not, if I'm being honest. But is she now threatening them into compliance, or she will make his life a living hell? As she says, I won't stop. I'll post your grandkids, your mother, your father. I won't stop until I get what I want. Probably. They probably just don't want to deal with Laura Loomer. Either way, that is a type of blackmail in my view. That's a type of emotional blackmail. Okay. And that very real notion that our president, who it seems randomly attacks people on her behalf. So when you're wondering, why did he send out this crazy tweet about Tucker Carlson or Megyn Kelly? If you go onto Laura Loomer's feed, you will see that it's her focus of the week. It's whoever Laura Loomer happens to be attacking. That should be noted. Because there is no way in hell that Donald Trump, who has never, by the way, pushed send on his own tweets. That was the job initially of Dan Scavino during his first term. And now it's been widely reported that on Truth Social, that's the job of Natalie Harp. Trump is not using AI to doctor that. He did not hit send on that. And the question that journalists should be asking is who did it and why? And we are going to leave that open-ended as of now. I did want to reply fully and let them know that I am not in any way embarrassed by that, and I will not be playing DC blackmail games.
They should be embarrassed. The President of the United States should be embarrassed. This is not okay. And yes, Laura Loomer is freaking an unhinged individual. All right. Listen, y'all.
Let's just back this up. Everything went down while I was in Italy, right? I came back. Suddenly there were all these reporters who were in ball gowns at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, sharing clips down at the ground, taking selfie videos, sharing their survivor stories. They're now apparently thug life. I think Brian Stelter is about to get that tattooed across his abdomen. He's survived. He's a survivor. What did they survive? Vietnam, the streets of Compton. Actually, it turns out that it's more like the streets of incompetence. Because what actually happened? Well, a man stormed a security check at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and then Secret Service agents, and only Secret Service agents, began firing their weapons. That is the latest. And as soon as I saw the video, I was like, I think nobody can fire a gun that quick. I think it's actually friendly fire. Here's the latest headline in the Washington Post. It reads, video shows moment Secret Service officers fired at Correspondents' Dinner suspect. And then it says surveillance footage reviewed by the Post provides the clearest picture yet of the seconds after the alleged gunman bolted through a checkpoint inside the hotel. In addition to this, Evan Hill, who is an investigative reporter for the Washington Post, wrote on his X that a Secret Service officer fired 4 times at Cole Allen and in the direction of other security personnel as he charged a security checkpoint. A post review of surveillance footage has found that there was no indication on the footage that Allen fired his weapon. So to be clear, after all of that, it's hard to say a shooting happened, right? Nothing happened in that regard, or I guess the implication that this was a shooting that came from this outsider. And the majority of the people that were inside could not even hear or distinguish the sound of what was going on. They connected the dots, of course, on the basis of the Secret Service then rushing the president out, which it would be scary. Obviously, what the heck's going on? Which I think a lot of them thought, why are they moving him? Actually, I got to give a rare kudos to Andrew Colvett. Now, in a couple of minutes, I will be dissing him, but a rare kudos to Andrew Colvett, who, when he recounted the story, was actually honest. He said he heard a sound. He honestly did not know what it was. It could have been plates crashing. If anybody, by the way, has been in the presence of a shooting, I have, because I lived in DC and I lived in New York, and you hear guns go off. Sadly, unless you see it, you're not sure. It's like a pop. It's a pop sound. And yes, it could be, as he is describing, plates crashing. What is that? Okay. Now, despite this actually being a story, we were immediately inundated with social media posts. And for some reason, the star of the would-be saga was none other than Ms. Erika Kirk. Somehow, at the exact right moment. And amidst all of the chaos and the subsequent lockdown, someone had captured the exact moment that Erika Kirk was walking out and captured the audio of her saying this.
I just want to go find
Okay.
She cried more for that than she did
So
when
the
her
clip was
husband
first
shot in the
shared
head,
by
right in the neck.
Sarah Seidner. She is of CNN. She's a CNN reporter.
Now she cries.
But I noted pretty early on, I thought that was pretty precise for her to have recorded that. Also, she's on air talent. So it would
Perfect
be unusual
timing.
for her to just be like trying to get things behind the camera. Anyways, she stopped short. I've looked everywhere of ever saying that she herself recorded it, which I found to be interesting. That's interesting to me. And so I reached out to her on Instagram ahead of the show. I reached out yesterday and I think the day before on Instagram, on Twitter, and via text, asking her to simply confirm that she in fact shot the video and that it was not given to her by somebody else. I got no response. I would like to confirm that she actually shot that footage. Actually, there are other people that are in the corridor who have cell phones. I'll put a bounty on it. I will offer $10,000 to somebody who has the opposite side footage. And I will, obviously will not run your name. I will protect you. If you have that opposite side footage of the person who caught that footage, $10K is yours. No questions
I want to
asked.
see who caught
Okay.
that footage.
More tips
Someone
at
has it.
CandaceOwens.com.
Someone has it.
Anyway, I bring this up because what would have just been Erika's reaction somehow became the focal point of the entire event, right? And
course it
we were
did.
getting lectured. I don't know how it
Of course it
happens that
did.
Erika goes out and we get lectured, but it happened again by golly. And Baron Coleman happened to notice that as well. And here's what Baron Coleman had to say.
And maybe innocently, Erika just happened to make an excited utterance. I just want to
No.
go home. And
No
she just
coincidence.
happened to say that right as she crossed the
just
only
happen.
camera that captured her leaving.
No.
I could accept that. I could accept that.
I can't.
I could accept it if it hadn't gone viral. I could
There
accept
we
it
go.
if we didn't get hit with a relentless onslaught of simps lining up to promote her in this moment and kick off operation number 2 of the night. Operation 1 was Operation Ballroom. Operation 2 is Operation Erika Kirk.
Edited tissue, guys.
Correct.
The president sort of faded into the background last night. The vice president sort of faded into the background.
Why would they be top
The
news? Why
only
would it be
people-
viral about them?
Who really rose to the top. One is a building that hasn't even been built yet, a ballroom. And the other is a woman most of us had never heard of 7 months ago, 8 months ago. Erika Kirk.
Yes.
Operation Erika Kirk. So I might have been able to buy that.
These are the facts. Okay. Baron Coleman is telling the truth. That's why people are going to hate him. They hate the internet because we clock this stuff so instantly. It was just weird. The ballroom, Erika Kirk. Oh, and then suddenly, again, I'm being tweeted at. Next thing you know, we are all being lectured
Because
by
it's all
neocods
Candace's
across
fault
the
always,
internet.
right?
We're
All
being
the
called
time.
sheer evil, psychopathic, because Erika Kirk opted into another social calendar event. Okay. An event that did not in any way require her presence, one which not even Charlie Kirk had ever attended, or President Trump, for that matter. As the president, he never attended any of these correspondence dinners. And yet,
That's a
it's somehow our
question.
fault again. We were not invited, and it's always our fault, right? I'm just getting.
You know, that's a really good question. Okay. That's a really good question. Why the hell was Erika Kirk even there? Why was Erika Kirk even there? And then it didn't become about the president or the vice president, right? You know, the leaders of the free world. No. All of a sudden, it became about Erika Kirk. Y'all, it's calculated. Listen. If y'all don't see it, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say at this point. It's wild.
Getting flashbacks to UGA. Erika misses her appointment. We weren't going. We didn't speak about UGA. We didn't say don't go. Suddenly we got the vice president lecturing us about not keeping Erika safe, right? Neocons, same thing, hitting hard with the repeat lecture about a grieving widow who apparently we're all now somehow responsible of. They just turned her into one of our kids out of nowhere, right? It's all our fault because if you noticed anything about Erika Kirk, this is the reason why she went to this social calendar event. Okay. I just want to be very clear at what we are looking at, and forgive me because I know that Hillary Clinton Many of my listeners maybe voted for Hillary Clinton. You liked Hillary Clinton. That is fine. I did not. And I'll explain to you why, because you might be able to connect the dot here. This is why a lot of people who voted for Trump, some of them actually were just voting against Hillary Clinton in 2016. It was because of the nature of the campaign. It was whiny. That is what we resented truly about the campaign. You can't criticize Hillary Clinton because she's a woman. Oh my gosh, this person said this because he's a sexist. Oh my gosh, the reason why Hillary Clinton is struggling, or if you think she fainted, whatever.
All right, guys, I just wanted to play that little part. I thought, I was seeing little clips. I wanted to watch it. I thought it'd be nice to watch it with you all. Totally on par. The whole, listen, I'm not even gonna get started on Erika Kirk. Well, I'll do that next. But tell me what you guys think. Leave a comment. I'm not going to watch the rest of it. Y'all can go over to Candace Owens and watch that live. I just thought it would be interesting. The whole Loomer thing, that woman is disgusting and viral. And, that whole thing threw me for a loop. So I wanted to watch it with you. And then, of course, Erika Kirk and her grand presence at the White House during a shooting. What a coinkydink, right? So I just wanted to watch that with you guys. Let me know what your thoughts are about all of this in the comments. And I will be back later on. And I will talk to you guys later. You guys have a good night.